Let's go ahead and get started. So welcome everyone to the Society of Thoracic Surgeons Congenital Heart Surgery Database monthly webinar. Today is Tuesday, March the 21st, day 2 of spring. Thank you everybody for joining. On the call with me today, with just a small group today, it's just myself and Carol and Chastity and Leslie. So for today's agenda, just going to give a few brief STS updates, and then we're going to take this opportunity to do our data manager survey. So thank you everyone for joining, and we really appreciate you taking the time to complete this survey. This is very helpful to us. Other institutions that are looking to join the databases utilize this information for FTEs and again, thank you everyone for taking the opportunity to complete the survey. It's very helpful to us. Once we're done with the survey, we will utilize the Q&A. So if you have any questions, please be sure to put your questions into the Q&A. So be sure and get ready to get your responses ready. So we are going to go ahead and jump in. For STS updates, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. You guys have seen this slide over the last few webinars. Again, just the help desk email address if you have questions about your reports, IQVIA dashboard access, IQVIA dashboard in general. Please reach out to us at stsdb_helpdesk@sts.org. You have questions regarding contact updates, contracts, and any other general questions related to the database, reach out to us at stsdb@sts.org. And then, as always, our clinical support. The link there. Please, of course, just ensure that you are selecting your correct data version and the database when you are submitting that clinical question. All right, for STS updates, as you're aware, the spring 23 harvest has closed. That harvest did close on March the 10th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. That snapshot was taken at 12:01 a.m. March the 11th. So the snapshot of the data has been taken and the analysis results are being packaged up and sent over to the STS Research Center. Actually, I think they're in the process of getting sent over. So and that analysis data set will include surgery dates of January 1, 2019 through 12/31 of 2022. And we are expecting those analysis results early summer. The fall 23 harvest is currently underway. And that does include surgery dates of 7/1/2019 through 6/30 of 2023. And that harvest does close on September the 15th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. So please mark your calendars accordingly and get that data submission in prior to September the 15th. Opt-out is September the 19th again. So please put those dates on your calendar, set your reminders. And again, please submit your data prior to that harvest close of September 15th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. The 6.23.2 go live does happen July 1 of this year. So vendor certifications are in progress. And if you have any questions about the status of your vendor's certification, please reach out to them directly. I assume many of them have been in contact with you all and keeping you all up to date. And just a reminder, the 6.23.2 data collection resources are posted out on the STS website. Those are final. So again, those resources are available to you. And of course, coming soon, as we've mentioned, the training manual is a work in progress. It is a labor of love for Chastity, Leslie, Carol, Melinda, Dr. Subramanian, our STS surgeon leadership. So that is in progress and that will be coming very soon. And we will also be providing additional webinars supporting the 6.23.2 go live with additional education. So all of that more information will be coming soon regarding those webinars and topics. And of course, that training manual will be coming soon prior to go live. I do have a brief CHSD public reporting update. Jane and team did remind me that for those that have not previously consented to publicly report their data. Again, so this is for anyone who has not ever previously consented to publicly reporting. The submission deadline for public reporting consent is Monday, May 1st. There is a link to the public reporting consent form. If you have any questions about public reporting, if you have questions about the process, if you have any questions about your current enrollment status, please reach out to Sydney at publicreporting@sts.org. Again, for those that have not previously consented to public report, the deadline to get that consent form is Monday, May the 1st. Also, I just updated this slide from our previous webinars. The only change here from our previous webinars, again, the current website includes publicly reported data from the fall 21 analysis results. The next update, this slide previously said spring 2023, but I did update that to reflect summer 2023. Of course, the exact date is TBD. I do not have that exact date yet, but the next data refresh is scheduled for summer 2023, and it will include the fall 22 analysis results. Followed by, we will have an additional refresh fall winter of 2023, which will include the most recently closed spring 23 harvest. So we will have 2 refreshes in 2023 this year, one in summer and one in fall winter. And then in 2024, next year, we will resume with our annual updates with the spring 24 analysis results. All right, that's all of the STS updates that I had at this time. So we wanted to go ahead and jump into the data manager survey. So get your clicking fingers ready. So let's go ahead and kick off our first question. So our first question is going to be related to the database. So tell me which database you are currently, database or databases you are currently participating in. So let's go ahead. Continue. Let me launch the first question. So, which STS database do you abstract for? I feel like we need the Jeopardy music, Carol. All right. So again, thank you everyone for taking the time to complete these questions. We greatly appreciate it. So it's like mostly we're around 91% of you abstract solely for CHSD. We have a few that participate in ACSD and GTSD. All right, looks like we have majority of the people answered. So let's go ahead and end this question. And I'll share our results. So again, 92% of you all abstract solely for CHSD. And then we have some that extract for ACSD, GTSD, CHSD, and then a few that do not abstract. All right. Our next question, or let's see here, I'm sorry. I am, all right, I'm trying to get to the next question. Cancel. Okay, Carol, I'm not good at this. Okay, polls back. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. All right, so our next question regards to background, and we have 3 questions for this section. So if you could answer each of the questions, and before you can submit your answers, you have to answer all 3 questions. So our first question is, what is your background? So we have RN, APN, PA, perfusionist, QI non-medical, IT non-medical, health information management medical records, other clinical, cardiac physician, other physician, or NA. And then our second question, we have, how long have you been abstracting? And then followed by our third question, who do you work for? Hospital, data abstraction company, both, or NA. So we'll let this one run for a minute or two. It's like a majority of our backgrounds are RNs. Most people working for a hospital. All right, we'll give it just a couple more seconds. Looks like most people are getting their answers in. All right, we have a good amount. All right, so let's go ahead and end this one and share the results. All right, so for our first question, majority again are RNs, followed by our APNPA, QI non-medical, IT non-medical, health information, other clinical. How long have you been abstracting? So we have about 25% at 10 or more years, 26% at 5 to 9, followed by 3 to 5, 1 to 2, and a few that are less than 12 months. Who do you work for? Majority of us work for our hospital. Well, then we have some followed up by data abstraction, and then just a couple of both and NA. All right. Our next question involves data abstraction. So we have 10 questions here for data abstraction. So I'm going to go ahead and launch these questions. So our first question, what is your role regarding data abstraction at your site? You can pick 2. Our second question, how many cases do you abstract per month? Our third question, average time abstracting a case, followed up by timing of abstraction. Question 5, does your hospital utilize an abstraction company? 6, what source do you primarily abstract from? 7, how do you abstract data? 8, do you have a process in place for tracking patients post-operative discharge? 9, do your surgeons fill out the operative section or provide some sort of type of information to you besides the op note that help abstract the cases? And 10, is your surgeon available to answer questions? So we'll give this just a few moments. It's a lot of questions, so I'll give you plenty of time to get that answered. Let's see here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. We have most people that have been able to answer. All right, so let's go through these real quick on just a high-level review. What is your role regarding data abstraction at your site? So most everyone is the primary data contact. They do abstract data, backup data and contact. We have a physician rep, do abstract, 67%. 7% do not abstract. How many cases do you abstract per month? Let's see here. A majority, we have abstract between 11 and 20 cases, 25%, followed up by 23% for 21 to 30 cases. 31 to 40, 17%, 41 to 50, 9%. Then 5 to 10, less than 5. Only 1% does greater than 200 cases, and some do not abstract. Our next question, average time abstracting a case. Majority are 1 to 2 hours per case, followed up by 2 to 3, less than 1 hour, 3 to 4, and 4 or more hours. Timing of abstraction, majority 1 to 4 weeks after OR date, followed up by real time, then within 1 week of the OR date, greater than 4 weeks after OR date. Number 5, does your hospital utilize an abstraction company? So 87% do not. You guys mainly do all of it in-house, and then we have around 10% that does utilize that third-party abstraction company. What source do you primarily abstract from? 99% is EHR. So, and then how do you abstract data? Paper to vendor software. And then 80% are directly to vendor software. So 16% still do the paper to vendor software. Do you have a process in place for tracking patients post-operatively discharge? So yes, 88% have a process in place for tracking 30-day post-operative discharge. Nope, we just hope for the best. That's 10% of you. I hear you. And then number 9, do your surgeons fill out the operative section? So let's see here. 58% no, they do not fill out anything, just the op notes, followed up with yes, they fill out the operative sections, and then 14% yes, they fill out some other type of in-house form to help with the data collection. All right, and then this one always makes me happy. Is your surgeon available to answer questions? So yes, 93%. Yes, your surgeons are available to answer questions for you. And then we have 6% where no, the surgeons are not available. So thank you for completing those. And our next question is show me the numbers. So our next question is how many cases per year does your hospital perform? And followed up by a second question, how many people abstract STS CHSD data at your hospital? And Angie stated regarding the poll, there are multiple people who abstract different sections of data. Herself, PA, surgeons, perfusionists. She answered the poll only for the portion that she herself does. That's perfect. Thank you. So, and Amy, is this index or total cases? How many total cases? Heather, let's see. Heather, do you have a question? Trying to unmute you, but I can't. Hi, Heather. I don't know. I can't hear you if you're asking. It looks like you're still muted. All right, so how many cases per year? The majority, let's see here. We still have some questions. We still have some responses coming in. So I'm gonna let this run for just a little bit longer, and my Jeopardy music disappeared. Sorry, guys. I'm not well at multitasking and running polls, Carol.
You're doing great, Leanne Jones. Do you mean to do something?
Let's see here. No question, hit it by Max. So no worries, Heather. Let's see.
And there are the results.
I appreciate it. Let's see. So the majority of how many cases per year does your hospital perform? We have 38% between 201 and 500, followed up by 26%, 501 to 1,000. And then 100 to 201, 51 to 100. Let's see here. All right. And how many people abstract CHSD data at your hospital? For the majority, 1 FTE. I am the only abstractor. We have 64%, followed up by 2 to 4 people, 2 to 4 FTEs, and then 4 to 6 people. Select few have more than 6 people. And that's great. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Carol. And our next set of questions can be based on your experience. And Brooke has a question into the Q&A, which is anyone willing to share their process they have in place to capture the 30-day mortality? I'm curious to how many people utilize automatic processes or if this is mostly manual. And Nancy, yes, these poll results will be posted out on the STS website. So we'll gather all of the results and put them into a slide presentation, and they will be available out on the STS website. So they will be available to you to access and share with within your organization.
Yeah, we have the last ones up on the STS Data Manager Education page. It was the 2020 Data Manager Survey.
Yep, perfect.
Those are posted, and then we'll update with these ones in a couple weeks.
All right, so let's go ahead and end this one. So we have 58% of you are clinical cardiac surgery, 27% are clinical non-cardiac surgery, followed up with clinical but not within healthcare, and then non-clinical and not in healthcare. All right. Then our next set of questions is going to be regarding your work responsibilities. And our first question, actually we only have one question. What are your work responsibilities? We have STS CHSD only, STS and other cardiology, STS database and other surgery databases, STS database and other clinical responsibilities, STS database and other non-clinical responsibilities, followed up with I do not abstract. right. Thank you, Carol. Let's see. All right, so the majority we have 31% at STS database and other non-clinical responsibilities, followed up by STS and other cardiology, STS database and other surgery databases, and CHSD only. All right. Our next, we have question based on education. So we have 7 questions here based on education. This will help us here at STS. For educational purposes, do you participate in the STS mentorship program? Our second question, do you find the twice monthly webinars helpful? Do you feel you have the knowledge to do your job correctly? Have you participated in AQO in the past? Are you familiar with the IQVIA resource library? Do you review the notifications within the platform? Have you utilized the resource documents? And again, this will help give us some idea of how we can better help you all. And if And Brooke, I don't know if you can see, but if you've seen, but Jen did provide a response into the Q&A. I think you guys should. Yep, you can see all of the questions. I think we've got a good response here. All right, let's go ahead and end this education poll and share our results. So let's go through these really quickly. So we have 74% are aware of the STS mentorship program, but are not participating. I do know we have, I think at this time we have more mentees than we have mentors. So if you have been participating for a few years, we really do encourage you to be a mentor to our newer members. So again, 74% are aware but not participating. We have 10% are participating as a mentee, 8% as a mentor. And then we have 5% that are unaware. So if you need more information about the program, feel free to reach out to me directly. Our next question, do you find the twice monthly webinars helpful? So yes, 74% say the amount is perfect and helpful. 4% yes, but would like more frequent calls. 14 too many calls. Some say they aren't very useful. So if you find that they're not useful, if you could please, feel free to reach out to me and let me know. We would definitely want to make sure these webinars are useful to you and ensure that you're getting the education that is needed. So please feel free to reach out to me and let me know how you think we could improve upon that. All right, do you feel that you have the knowledge to do your job correctly? 30% yes, I'm good. 60% yes, but I'm still learning. And 7% definitely need more training. And I'm right there with you with the 60%. I learn more and more every single day. So that's excellent. Thank you. Have you participated in AQ in the past? So yes, 49% yes annually, 8% yes frequently, 11 a few times, 18% once, and then we have 11% that have not attended in the past. And if you are not familiar with AQO, again, please feel free to reach out to me. That is our data managers conference. So please feel free to reach out to me if you're not familiar with AQO and I can give you more information. Are you familiar with the resource library within IQVIA? So 55% are aware of it and do frequent the resource library. 34% have only checked it out once or twice, don't know anything about it. So we can definitely provide some more education on the resource library. And the majority of you do frequent the platform notifications. So that's very good. I've definitely recommend checking the notifications right when you log into the platform to see if there's any new information, any updates. 21% yes, but I have difficulty understanding it. Again, if you have any difficulty understanding it, please reach out to me with any questions and I'm happy to help you in any way. And have you utilized the resource documents? So yes, 64% of you have, 26% no. So again, if you have any questions about that resource documentation out on the website and the STS website, the IQVIA platform, please reach out to me and I can help you in any way. All right, our next set of questions involves feedback. So this is database feedback. So this is very, very important to us to ensure that you're getting the education and to see where STS is doing good, where some areas we can improve upon. So again, please take the time to give us that feedback so we can get you the information that you need and improve in the areas where you think we need to be improved upon. All right, what would be the most helpful area to educate on for STS and IQVIA? Our first question, again, we have 4 questions here. Please rate STS's communication over the last year. What areas can STS improve upon? And how often are you using the training manual? Thank you guys for providing that feedback to Brooke. All right, looks like our responses are starting to slow down. Looks like let's go ahead and end this poll. All right, so let's end that and share our results. So what would be the most helpful area to educate on for STS and IQVIA? 27% are pretty good. They can get the data in and understand how to clean before harvest closes. We have a 22% that are still a little confused, but I'm getting it. So a little additional education on the uploader, the data quality report, the primary procedure mismatch report, critical summary, missing variable, harvest summary report, risk adjusted benchmark report, and then the non-analyzed. So that's excellent feedback. So thank you all very much. So we can definitely do some additional education on the tools to utilize prior to harvest close and in general, just general data cleanup, risk adjusted benchmark reporting. happy to continue some education on understanding your reports. Please rate STS's communication over the last year. Pretty good. Majority of us are 45% say we did pretty good, 40% average, a couple poor, very poor. So for those of you that responded poor or very poor, if you could please reach out to me directly. I'd like to talk to you about that and see, what we can do to help improve upon that. So 5%, 10% said excellent. So we appreciate it. And again, for those of you for poor, very poor, please reach out to me. What areas can we improve upon? We have 55% on clinical education. So I'm going to be working with Chastity and Leslie, and I know we're working to develop an educational plan. So again, if you have educational topics, things that you're struggling with, please reach out to us so we can work on those. We can have that plan developed and provide you with case scenarios, education that is useful to you. So please reach out to us and let us know where you're struggling, and we can work on that and get those webinars and education out to you. Additionally, pre-analysis data cleanup education, happy to do that. Analysis report, basics of the data warehouse platform, technical support. So excellent, thank you for that feedback. And then how often are you using the training manual? 58% review it prior to submitting any questions to the FAQ mailbox. 22% review it monthly and find it answers your questions. And there's a few that don't even know what the training manual is. Please reach out to me and I can definitely point you into the direction, because that is kind of like your Bible when you are abstracting your data. So I can't imagine extracting data without accessing that training manual. So it's very, very, very important. So again, please reach out to me directly and I can point you into the direction of the training manual and get you some help there. All right. And then our next set of questions is regarding reporting and utilization of the data. So our first question, we have 9 questions here. Oh, sorry.
I forgot a slide for AQO.
Okay, perfect.
AQO poll first. I just put that poll up. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. Hold please. So the next set of questions are regarding AQO. So if you could please answer the questions. Let's see. We have, did you attend AQO in 2022? For those that joined the Hot Topics webinar, did you find it helpful, solidifying? For those that attended, did you feel it was useful? How likely are you to attend an in-person meeting in 2024? Does your institution budget for data managers travel? Which challenge do you face with in-person meetings the most? Which challenge do you face the least? Which location can you travel to the easiest? And which is most difficult? Give it just a few more seconds and let's see, a couple more responses coming in. Just a few more moments. Again, thank you guys. This is very important for us. gonna go ahead and end this one. We got 81% have answered. All right, so let's go ahead and end this one. I'm going to share these results. All right, so for our first question, did you attend AQ in 2022? So let's see, we had 39% attended in person, 37 virtual only, 33% watched the Hot Topics webinar, 11% did not watch, and 19% were NA. And for those that joined the Hot Topics webinar, did you find it helpful, solidifying? So 49% said yes, and 10% said they did not, and then 41% did not join the Hot Topics webinar. For those that attended AQ, did you feel it was useful? 59% said yes, they learned something new, 13 did not learn anything new, and then 29% were NA. And how likely are you to attend an in-person meeting in 2024? So 9% not happening for 9% of you, 33% not likely, 21% possible, 11% more than likely, and 26% you'll definitely be there. Question 5, does your institution budget for data manager travel? 70% yes, and then 30% no. That's all right. And then which challenge do you face with in-person meetings the most? 60%, not shocking, 60% with budget affordability, 20% location, and then 20% length of the meeting. And which challenge do you face the least? The length, followed up by location and budget affordability. And which location is the easiest for you to travel to? Let's see here, 29% said Chicago. I love Chicago, one of my favorite cities to visit. Followed up by Orlando, Denver, Nashville, and Kansas City. And then which is the most difficult? Kansas City, Denver, Chicago, Orlando, Nashville. All right, perfect. So again, thank you everyone. Super valuable information for us as we're working to plan AQO 2024. Very, very useful information. All right, and I realized that I did not share those results, so I apologize. All right.
You did share them, Leanne.
Oh, I did? Okay, thank you, Carol. Losing my mind over here. All right, our next question. Now we are going to go to reporting utilization of the data. All right, our first question. Do your surgeons review the twice the CHSD report, spring and fall? And has your site ever been audited? Do you perform internal audits on your data? And have you ever utilized your data for QI projects? We'll go ahead and, oh, so some more questions. Every time I say that, we have a few more responses come in, so we have a few more seconds. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end this poll and share the results. So for question 1, so yes, a majority of your surgeons, not even overwhelming 94% of your surgeons do review the spring and fall congenital reports. 4% no, they do not. Has your site been audited by STS? So 62% yes, 19 split down the middle, 19 for no, and 19 unknown. And then do you perform internal audits on your CHSD data? 65% of you do, 25% do not, and then 10% are not quite sure. Have you ever utilized your SCS data for QI projects? And absolutely. 83% yes, you do. 9% no. And then we have some unknown. All right. And our next is my favorite slide. Our next questions are regarding version 6.23, go live July 1, 2023. All right. We have 2 questions. Has your vendor contacted you regarding implementing 6.23 software? And our second question, are you going to be ready for go live on July 1? And Chastity said this looks like her working on the training manual. Just FYI. Sorry, Chas. It makes me giggle. Give it just a few more minutes. A few more seconds, rather. All right, I think we'll go ahead and end this one. We got a great response here. Okay, so let's go ahead and end this one and share our results. So in terms of your vendor contacted you regarding implementing 623, wow, 54% no, your vendor has not yet contacted you, followed up by 26% you do not know, 13% yes, and 6% NA. So if your vendor has not reached out to you yet regarding the upgrade to 6.23 to go live, I would again encourage you to reach out to them for a status update. And question 2, are you going to be ready? 79% not sure, hoping so, 18% yes, 3% no. So again, not sure, hoping so, please, again, we do encourage you to reach out to your vendors to get a status update on where they are in the certification process and when they are going to be ready to get your software upgraded. So Nancy, so the vendors have the specs. Yes, the vendors have had the specs. They had the specs for, they've had them since December, I believe. Everything was sent out in December.
Yeah, most of the vendors are certified already.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't heard from your vendor yet, I suggest reaching out to them.
Yes. All right. All right. And that will conclude the data manager survey. So let me stop my little Jeopardy music here so you guys don't have to listen to that. If I can figure out where, if I can find my so good. All right, so thank you again. Thank you everyone for participating in the data manager survey. Again, we greatly appreciate your feedback, and again, all of those questions and results will be posted out on the STS website. Again, here's my contact information if you need to reach out to me. Database operational questions, email address here, and tech support email address here. Upcoming CHSD webinars, our next user group call is scheduled for April the 4th, followed up by our next monthly webinar scheduled for April the 18th, and both of those are scheduled for 12 p.m. Central Time. All right, and if you have any questions, please feel free to go ahead and put those into the Q&A and we will address any of your questions. Let's see, I see some here. Let's see here. And this is back in regards to the budget. The question on whether there is a budget travel, normally yes, one member of the team, but in these trying times that travel budget has disappeared. And exactly, that's across the board for everyone, Melissa, and we definitely understand that. I would have attended the Hot Topics webinar, but cannot figure out how to access it or whether it was available only live or also on demand afterwards. So it was available live as well as it was recorded, and it is posted within the platform, within the data manager platform. So if you have any questions about accessing that, Krista, just reach out to me directly and I can help you with that. In regards to AQO, has it ever been considered to integrate as part of the annual meeting? I don't know, Carol, has there ever been any discussion
Yeah, I
about?
can take that one.
Yeah.
We always look for ways to make it easier for folks to attend and get approval for joining. The NCDR recently broke away their quality summit meeting, which is their data managers meeting, they broke it off from their annual meeting with their cardiologist because it was too long for the cardiologist to be away, because they need to both participate in our meeting and then also present and join in at the other meetings for the surgeons. So we have talked about it. We're opening to discuss it again, but it really comes down to the surgeon leadership availability in their time allowed to be away from their hospitals. So it's a good idea. It's just, it has to be logistically right for everybody.
Mhm. Thank you, Carol.
Mhm.
And Megan, if you're having issues accessing the platform, can you email stsdb_helpdesk@sts.org, and they can assist you. But it looks like others are not. Looks like Ren was able to access the platform. So if you could just email stsdb_helpdesk@sts.org. Is AQO 23 virtual only? We haven't had a decision yet. I think surgeon leadership and everyone is still discussing 2023. But as far as I'm aware, I haven't gotten a final word on the status of 2023, this year's AQO, but still in discussion. I hope there are options for both in-person and virtual. And of course, everything's being considered, Sarah. So as soon as I have information on that, we will be sharing that ASAP. Being ready just isn't about the vendor software. Our clinical team helps with data entry and cannot train them without a training manual, although I also cannot train them without software. We understand, Krista, and please know that we are working, Chastity, Leslie, everyone is working as quickly and as much as possible to get that training manual complete. It is a massive undertaking and everyone is doing the absolute best that they can. So all of that information will be available as soon as possible. And as always, we'll continue to provide that education that you all need and that we all need moving forward for the go live for 623. The documents on the STS website for the new are dated November 8th. Are these finalized documents for the new version? Yes, those are all the documents that are posted out on the website are final. We do direct data entry into IQVIA, so it will automatically update. So Tammy, so IQVIA is in the process of updating everything for 623 for the direct data entry. So come July 1, everything will be updated, but Jane and her team can provide more information for you on the direct data entry process and the updates. Diane, I think you had your hand raised. I just saw that. Sorry. Diane, did you have a question? You're muted, but you should be able to unmute if you had a question. Thank you, Krista. But yes, absolutely. We'll definitely add that to the survey responses. So I appreciate you. Okay. I don't think Diane had a question. You're welcome, Tammy. But yes, but IQVIA will be doing their updates for the 623 version and they will be ready July 1 as well. All right. Okay. I'm not seeing any additional questions, but again, thank you everyone for joining. Once we have these survey responses put together in some graphs and some slides, they will be posted out on the website. And of course, I'll provide you all the information for that once the results are available. When will the review session start for the new version? We are in the process of working on that. We actually have a meeting with Dr. Subramanian next week. So once we get together our dates and our plan, we will provide more information on upcoming webinars on dates and when we'll start those educational sessions. So more information to come. So we'll provide that as soon as we have it available. I know we're getting close and we've got a lot of stuff to educate on and we're getting our ducks in a row, and we will provide all that information to you as soon as we have a solid plan. You're welcome. All right. Well, I don't have any additional questions. So I just wanted to again, thank you everyone for taking the time to complete that survey. We greatly appreciate it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me directly. And with that, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Thanks, Carol, Chastity, Leslie. I appreciate you guys. And everyone have a great rest of the week.